That's your uncle singing, you know. Good afternoon and welcome to Parents Love Your Children. I'm your host, Toro Suddeth, my co-host, Dr. Charletta Suddeth. And we have some more readers in here this afternoon, and I'm going to have them go around and introduce themselves. And then we'll go ahead with our story. So I'll start with introduce.
My name is Veronica Riley. I go to Becker Elementary, and my principal is Melissa Stable.
Welcome.
My name is Kalia Suddeth. I go to Sacred Heart, and my principal's name is Miss Meebright.
My name is Gabrielle Steinhoff, and I am in 5th grade, and I go to Becker Elementary. My principal is Melissa Stable.
All right.
My name is Jimmy Riley, and I go to Becker Elementary School, and my principal's name is Melissa Stable.
All right, and welcome you guys to Parents Love Your Children and book parent book show. And we'll start with you, Kalia, with the story that you're going to share, and then we'll come back to you as well.
Odetta, the Queen of Folk. This is the story of a girl who plunged headfirst into the world, a baby with a birdcage in her throat, what to name the little ball of star stuff and song and light, strained from God's eye.
Odetta, the perfect name for a star this brown and this bright.
Someone in Birmingham, Alabama, a long, long time ago must have accidentally burned the Christmas ham. That's how the city of Birmingham got its nickname, Burning Ham.
Birmingham is where baby Odetta plugged into the world and grew into a shy little lamb of a girl. Timid as she was, Odetta loved making a whole heap of noise with the little help of Auntie's piano. In little Odetta's imagination, she was a windily famous musician playing for a sea of her folk, mama clapping from the front row.
But to poor Auntie, little Odetta was especially talented for making the piano sound like a circus of pots and pans, hurting strange out of heaven, or a midnight train railroading right through her living room. She said, so the saying goes, one soul's noise is another soul's music. Now Auntie loved her niece and all, but as much as she hated those headaches her piano playing caused.
So little Odetta had no choice but to shut the lid on all. These pretty keys zip the lip on her great big dreams that she could make black keys on white keys work together to create awesome sound. 'Cause in the deep south, round Odetta's part, black and white didn't mix so well. And then they did. It was mighty gray with a whole lot of noise. Not music, noise!
Sometimes things could be downright depressing. Folk bending their backs into cotton fields from can't see to can't see, spiritual blooming from split lips.
Prison men on the chain gang dressed in stripes and chains, singing songs like slaves, working together like keys to create a beautiful and furious prison songs. Spirituals, gospel, prison, and work songs. The cup of soup Odetta grew up on.
Song of joys and sorrows, song of rivers and sparrows. Sorrow song sung by the miracle Maureen Anderson. Tunes composed by cotton picking Greeks. Melodious prepared with a and a of back-breaking work.
Times were crazy. Back then, this car named Jim Crow was so popular. Kids Odetta's age must have thought he was president. He had signs above every mountain in Birmingham says, whites only, and for coloreds. These signs made Odetta look down. Were there mountains for her and her mama? It made Odetta feel not quite right. She and mama weren't white or colored, just like the world wasn't up or down. She and mama were brown.
Thank you, Clea. And then we want to make sure that we have another chance for Mr. Jimmy to introduce the next book that we're going to share with you. And just say the title for me. Who is that? Make sure you get up into the, who is this?
Barack Obama.
All right, Barack Obama. And you can just share that story with us.
One day, Hope stopped by for a visit. It was early evening, and a boy named David sat down attentively for it. Glued to the TV. "Who's that?" the boy asked his mother, pointing to the screen. His mother looked up from a frayed sofa and set the newspaper aside. "That's Barack Obama," she said. "Barack what?" "Barack Obama," she repeated with a smile. "I know it's a mouthful. Anyway, he's someone very special." "Why?" "Well, for one thing, how come those people are shouting his name? Because are they all his friends? They must be his friends. What's his name again?" "Boy, you are about to wear me out." "Sorry," David whispered. The mother patted a spot on the sofa beside her. "Come," she said. "If you sit still, I'll tell you his story." They used to call him Barry. His family stretched from Kansas to Kenya. His mama white as whipped cream, his daddy black as ink. His mama, both Gramps and Toot, were part of his first family he ever knew. Love was the bridge that held all of them together. "I wish Grandma and Grandpa lived close by," said David. So do I, said his mother. In Hawaii, breathing in the scent of ginger blossoms, Barry grew, swimming, surfing, and spearfishing next to playmates and places like Portugal, China, India, and Japan. And never once did he ask if all those people could get along. They just did. Like the kids in my class, said David. You're right, said his mother. Honolulu looked like heaven, but even though this blue of the sea was sharp enough to slice the sun, and the sun warmed the sand between his toes, and the sand sparkled like diamonds, nothing could fill the hole in Barry's heart once his daddy went away. His mom and Gramps and Toot told him brave and funny tales of his father's past to soothe his heart and make him laugh. But that didn't stop Barry from feeling sad sometimes, especially when he heard the word divorce. I miss my dad too. I know you do, said his mother. Barry's mom married a man named Lulu, and the Wonderland, he took Barry to Indonesia, a land of pet gibbons and pet crocodiles. Barry laughed himself silly, sliding in the rainy season mud. He caught crickets, flew kites, and joined in the jungle at the edge of his new home, a perfect paradise until the sight of beggars broke his heart. Barry started to wonder, will I ever be able to help people like these? Hope hummed deep inside of him. Someday, son, someday. There's lots of poor people, huh, Mama? Yes, honey, I'm afraid so. Mama, said David, we gotta help them. Before dawn each morning, Barry rose his mother's voice, driving him from dreamland. Time for learning English grammar and the golden rule, be honest, be kind, be fair. She taught him, your father is smart and strong and full of courage, and you will be like him someday. How can I? Thought Barry. I don't even remember his voice. I'm smart, said David. I can spell school, C-S-C-H-O-O-L. Very good, said his mother. You keep that up.
And thank you for sharing that story. And what was the name of your story over here again? I'm sorry.
Odadada, the Queen of Fall.
Okay, and you just got done sharing with us the story of
Barack Obama, son of promise, child of hope.
All right. And we'll be right back with more information from you all, and then we'll also share some parent tips. Stay with us.
I want to be a rock star. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a
Talk now.
He goes,
yes, sir.
You were snoring, snot was coming out your mouth, some green stuff coming out your nose.
your eyes is watering and everything. Those earbuds are coming, spitting out and stuff. Hair was spiking them.
What school you guys go to again?
Becker.
B-E.
How was it?
Jeremiah?
Is she mean?
Yeah.
She's mean.
Or call 1-866-INFO4PI.
My plan is to be the youngest pitcher to ever throw a no-hit. All right, cook that. Just for kids. I know I'm be famous because my mom and dad call me the little star. And that pole you slide down? Cool.
Jeffrey Modell Foundation. 25 years of helping children reach for their dreams.
And we're back to Parents Love Your Children. I'm your host, Toro Sudeth, my co-host, Dr. Charlotta Sudeth, and we have a group of kids in here from Becker Elementary School and from Sacred Heart as well. And when you guys, Jimmy, what is your favorite? We haven't heard from Jimmy at all, so Jimmy, I'm going to start with you first, okay? What is one of the favorite things that you like to do in school?
Math.
Whoa, good job, math. And who was your favorite teacher?
Miss Jefferson.
Miss Jefferson. Okay. What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Basketball. All right. And do you have a best friend? What's the name?
Rico.
Re-
Jordan.
Rico Jordan. All right. Almost don't put you in the mind of Michael Jordan. No? So do you want to say anything, shout out to, and give a shout out to your dad? Okay, there you go.
Good job at school, Max.
Say, Dad, hey. What is your dad's name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay. So that's a shout out you want to do? Okay. So what is, say your name again?
Gabby.
Gabby. And Gabby is from?
Becker.
And what is your favorite study?
Science.
Science. All right. All right. And who's your favorite teacher?
Miss Gordon.
Miss Gordon. Okay. And what's your favorite sport?
Soccer.
Soccer. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. I could tell that, but I just was making sure. Miss Kalia.
Oh, I'm from Sacred Heart.
And your favorite sport?
Volleyball.
What instrument do you play? Do you guys play an instrument? Did I miss that? What, Gabby, what instrument do you play?
Violin.
Violin.
We used to.
Yeah, I know how to.
Violin. You still know how to play the violin. Kalia?
Trumpet.
What's your favorite class subject there?
Science.
And who is your principal?
Miss Niemeyer.
Niemeyer. Okay. Best friend?
Melanie.
Melanie. Want to give a shout out to any of them?
Oh, shout out to Melanie.
And our next guest?
Veronica.
Veronica. What is your favorite subject?
Writing.
Favorite teacher?
I don't know.
You don't know? All of them your favorite.
Yeah.
Good. Your principal?
Melissa Staley.
Your favorite color?
Red.
Red. Is your favorite color light blue?
Yeah.
Okay. Red. Do you play instrument? No.
I used to play violin.
Violin. Okay. Did you like it?
It was hard.
Hard. Okay. Who's your favorite? You have a best friend?
I have 4 best friends.
4. Who are they?
My Grubbs, Marissa Schwab, Julia, Zuck, and Kizzy Phillips.
Huh, okay. Now, do you guys also have 15 minutes of reading? Is that part of your homework as well? A certain
We read
subject?
15 minutes a week.
How many?
50.
50?
Or I read much more than that.
Good.
I really read 50.
And do you guys have a chart or something you fill out?
At
In our
school.
Okay.
At
Okay.
school.
So do you guys like to read?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, because reading is very important. Now, this is our parent tip, and you guys can chime in anytime if you agree with these parent tips or not, okay? I give you that option, so you don't have to just sit there and be quiet. My parent tips is still from the short time that we have. It's from Reverend Ron. Remember Reverend Ron's house? I don't know if you watched that or not, group, but that's from the stars of MTV, and it was titled Ron's House. Reverend Ron had made a book that is one of my favorite that I still look into, and I want to share some of these parent tips. It's Take Back Your Family, a challenge to American parents. The challenge for parents is finding that delicate balance in your own family. As parents, you should always tell your children, that is what we believe, and this is what we think you should do. But after saying that, you have to give them some flexibility to make their own decisions. As much as we like to spare them from hurt or disappointments or embarrassment, children sometimes just have to experience those emotions themselves, because we continue to make all the decisions for our children and never let them take a little sip of that hurt from now and then. That's actually a greater chance that they take a big gulp of it later. They won't know how bad it tastes, and when they take that big swing, it will be even worse for them. Most important, if they take a step you advised against and end up slipping, they need to know you always will be there to catch them when they fall. So Reverend Ron has given us these parent tips for us to take back our families. And if you want to take back your kids' attention from the world, the only way you're going to be able to reclaim it through the strength of your own examples. It won't happen overnight, but a great first step is to address one issue that is threatening your authority and then take a stand there. In our home, we have done that with cursing. Personally, I used to curse a bit. And if you ever watch my brother Russell on Ron's House, then you know that almost every other word that comes out of his mouth needs to be bleeped. And as the kids began to grow older, we started to hear some of that salty language coming from them as well. We realized that cursing words weren't needed. They weren't going to help you. Our kids will not accomplish anything with that. All they were going to do was potentially hold them back by using negative words that came from their mouths. So we are, as young people, do not need to use those negative words that come from our mouth because it's nothing positive when we say bad words. Bad words do what?
Make us in trouble.
Did you guys hear him?
Mm-hmm.
Let him say that again. What?
Make us get in trouble.
Good job. Make us get in trouble. Good job, Jimmy. Anybody else got it?
They make us turn bad, or they make us not have positive attitude.
And using bad language we don't use that at school, do we?
No.
And we should not use that in our homes either.
No.
So we have to be examples to be positive. And that's what Reverend Ron is doing, is to be positive in everything that we do. It's very important to take your children back from the insecurities that plague them. Childhood and the teenage years have always been sometimes tough with young people questioning themselves in their role of the world. But we believe that even more of an issue today, there's so much media out there, websites, commercials, television, etc., constantly trying to get in their heads and tell them that there's always something else that they need to do to be cool. So, what do we watch on TV? You don't watch any of the reality TV shows, do you?
Dance
Atlanta
moms.
Housewives.
Dance Moms.
Dance mom.
That's it.
I do believe I watched Dance Moms one time. I was like, wow. I watched that show and I was like, woo. So is that a positive? I mean,
Sometimes.
Kind of.
well, you know, I did notice on there that they are working hard in their dance shows, correct?
Yes.
But there's also some other uncool words that they could be saved, huh? Not to even say those words, but there could be a different way that we talk to people to get your attention. What are you saying, Glenn?
Atlanta Housewives?
Atlanta Housewives. Ooh, that's another touchy one too. So, you watch one, Jimmy?
Treehouse Masters.
What is that?
That's not a bad show.
Is that a TV show?
Yes, where they have tree houses.
Oh, you like that? And you're learning how to make a tree house?
No.
Is that what it's about?
They make like master tree houses.
In
And-
redwoods.
Like really, really good, like really, like even not even on the ground tree houses, like way so far up that you
Can't even get to it without
She's like,
stairs.
Oh, maybe Jimmy wants to build a tree house.
Like a little
All
one.
right.
Like a fake tree.
A fake
and then
tree
put a
house.
house in it.
And then put a house in it.
No.
You know, I remember seeing commercials about that. What is that?
It's like a show that you watch. They make
They like have all kinds of wood.
houses in trees, like
Yeah.
houses.
And so what do you like about that, Jimmy?
Like different shapes.
They make houses. They make houses. It's really cool. Cause I like to see them carve stuff.
Okay. And that's good. That's a positive show, correct? Because
They
you are,
work hard.
they work hard.
I like when they're done. 'Cause
And you-
I see the like the finished piece.
We see the finished tree.
I don't know if it's a reality show, but I like to watch Nightly in Kingsley County.
Who?
A show called 19 Kids and
Oh.
Counting.
I don't like that show.
19 Kids and Counting.
It's biblical.
Well, I mean, explain this, because I don't know anything about the 19 Kids and Counting.
It's a family. It's a lady that had 19 kids.
Whoa.
And
Huh?
nope. And they like have like Bible time every like 8:30 every day, and they're homeschooled because that's
A lot of kids.
a lot. And they
Okay.
do things.
So they do things together.
Yeah.
So it's telling us that it doesn't matter how big our families are, we can all do ways to do things together.
Yeah.
Correct? And
Yeah.
what was the fun things that they were doing? I bet they had some fun in that house.
They go to like this place. It's sort of like Chuck E. Cheese. They always go there though. And the pizzas that they get are like massive.
Huh?
They could serve
It's
like
called
30
They can't
persons.
detain each other though. 19 kids.
They do
Detain
it.
each other.
They don't have it many
It's called
friends.
David Busters.
David Buster's.
Oh,
They-
okay.
No.
Okay.
Their friends are their brothers and sisters.
Wow. So as we wrapping up the show, you all tell me, give me one, I mean, who is your favorite person? I mean, what is your favorite, what do you, okay, what do you want to be?
I want to be a gospel singer and a panther helper and a dressmaker.
Okay.
And my favorite person is God.
God, good. Kalia,
I don't get to be a gospel singer. I want to be a teacher.
a teacher, all right. What to teach us?
Teacher, a cake decorator, or a wedding dress designer.
Cake decorator sounds real good.
I could draw cakes.
Okay. Jimmy,
My favorite people are God, Jesus, and Joseph.
all right.
And I want to be a police, a street dancer, and or work at John Deere.
John Deere. He wants to work at John Deere. Put some tractors together.
That's engineering.
All right, engineering. Be an
Adam
engineer.
Tyson.
God, that's a minute.
And you have one more?
No.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
That's it.
So we just wanted to share those parent tips with you, and that comes from Take Back Your Family, a challenge to American parents, where you can check this book out yourself, Reverend Ron, from the stars of the MTV Ron's House. Then we just shared Odessa,
Odetta, the Queen of Folk.
and we also shared.
Barack Obama, son of promise, child of hope.
All right, so parents, love your children. Remember that reading unlocks the doors to our future, and we will see you same time, same place Wednesday. Parents, love your children. Have a good day.
Bye.
Good job. Jimmy did good.